Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
Good win for the Philadelphia Phillies as they take down the Washington Nationals by a score of 8-3. Now, there was some sloppy play defensively that I didn't love, but ultimately, I thought it was a strong game by the Philadelphia Phillies. While there were some bullpen pitchers I thought could have done a better job, Hector Neris and Hembree, I like the fact that the bullpen stepped up and had each other's backs. Adam Morgan in the eighth, huge spot to go into, and he delivered. Tommy Hunter, he stepped in as well earlier. So I just love the fact that the bullpen had each other's backs when needed. I love that the Phillies had 12 hits. I love that Gene Segura had 3 hits, and he was knocking in 2 RBIs. How about JT Realmuto's home run? Bloop! Hits the top of the fence, hits the padding, and somehow goes over the fence. I don't know what Eaton was doing out there, but I don't give a damn. It counts as a 3-run bomb. How about the base running? I loved it all, really. Who's faster, Andrew McCutchen or Roman Quinn? Roman Quinn all over the base paths and scoring a big run when it's 5-2. Well, it was 4-2. He made it 5-2. That was a big run, and he's just being aggressive, being a pest, doing what he does best and utilizing his speed. Awesome win for the Phils. Jake Arrieta, the starting pitching in this game was phenomenal. Well, okay, he allowed the home run to Turner when they first started their bottom of the first inning, so it wasn't perfect to begin with by any means, but he really settled in. The ground balls were in play, and what I mean by that is him getting ground ball outs was in play. The double play ball also helped out tremendously. Jake Arrieta settled in. He calmed down. And in this season so far, he has given you really awesome starts and really bad, pathetic starts. But those good ones, those great ones, they are really productive. I wish there was a way at his age that he can give you that more consistently. Because then we're talking about a Nola Wheeler Arrieta starting 3. That gives me more hope. The problem is you don't know what version of Arrieta you are going to get. When he provides you his game, it's still very effective. It still gets the job done. Hitters struggle big time. But he always finds a way to be horrible at times as well. Come on, Jake. Sometimes you see the 2015 Cy Young type of player, and you go, whoa, hold on a second. This is awesome. Followed up by a Nick Pivetta performance out of Jake Arrieta. How do you go from 2015 Cy Young to Nick Pivetta? Please tell me. Dare I say Cole Irvin? I don't even know which one's worse. Poor Nick Pivetta. This episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power. And with over 20 years of experience in the solar industry, they're home to your solar experts. They are dedicated to making sure that your project is completed easily and properly by using high-quality materials and trained professionals to get the job done right. They offer flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. Make sure you check out their information. It's in the description. So, when the Nationals went up 1-0, I was hurt, no doubt, because the Phillies had first and second with no outs in the top of the first inning. So, you figure, here you go, Phils. Here's an opportunity. Fetty on the mound. You can do some damage early. You can get to his confidence early, and they don't cash in. And then at one point, they had McCutchen on third, JT Realmuto up. Please knock in a run. Take the lead. Do it. Do it early. It's important. Play with the lead. Although with this bullpen, statistically that is, playing with the lead doesn't mean a damn thing. But still, it's obviously important to get out to an early jump, and the Phillies totally squashed an opportunity, and then you're telling me at the bottom of the first, here comes Turner with the home run, and you're looking up thinking, damn it, come on, Jake! Little did I know he would be able to really dial himself back into a great version of himself. Now, third inning, Scott Kingery doubles, excuse me? Oh, you heard me right. Scott Kingery actually gets a hit, and he gets a double, and it was a productive hit because after that, Andrew McCutchen knocks him in. Rhys Hoskins, he gets on board as well, and then JT with the homer. I couldn't believe it. When you see the replay, first off, I don't know what type of angle was taken on the fly ball, but when you see the replay, how in the world does it hit the top of the mat up top? Like, how does it hit the top of the fence like that and go backwards? I feel if that happened 100 times, 99 times, it's going back in the field. It was absurd. I've never seen anything like it. Of course, I'd take it any day of the week, but I've never seen anything like it. That gave the Phillies a 4-1 lead, and I felt good about the squad. Now, the rain delay caused some issues because Jake Arrieta, as I stated, was dealing. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run at 54 pitches. So he was really doing his thing. He could have went, let's see, 5, maybe 7, 8, 9 innings. Dare I say 9 innings? 9 might have been aggressive. But he would have went super deep to the point where without the rain, you wouldn't have dove into your bullpen so heavily. You were forced to because of Mother Nature, and that might hurt this team down the road. Aaron Nola's on the bump tomorrow against Patrick Corbin, so hopefully Aaron Nola can go deep and you don't have to utilize so much bullpen. But this can be a problem if Aaron Nola struggles. Like, this obviously has a snowball effect down the road, and knowing that this bullpen is not the strongest part of this team, okay? We definitely know that. It can cause some trouble. But when Henry came out in that 6th, it wasn't beautiful. Eaton hits a big dinger. Now the score is 4-2. You don't feel as confident. Tommy Hunter, though, awesome. Goes up against Asdrubal Cabrera and gets him going on a nasty pitch. And the analytics will tell you maybe not the best move based off the numbers, based off the success rate that Asdrubal Cabrera had on Tommy Hunter. But the alternative, who? Adam Morgan? Guess what? The stats aren't great either with him. So you throw a guy out there. Joe Girardi makes the decision. But I love the fact that Joe Girardi pushed the right buttons. He knew when to pull the man on the mound. He knew when it was his time to go out there and go to that bullpen. Maybe he needed those games to really understand. Now that you're getting rid of the Guerras of the world and the Austin Davises of the world, it gives you a little bit more confidence, right? Are you starting to see a better bullpen, or am I just a prisoner of the moment? Probably prisoner of the moment, of course. It's not like Henry was phenomenal. And it's not like Workman has been outstanding in his couple outings so far. It's actually been the complete opposite. It's been a miserable time watching him throw on the bump. So maybe I am just a prisoner of the moment. But I liked what the bullpen did. Hear me out. Hector Neris in the 8th inning, I'm not jumping up for joy. I'm not super stoked, excited, going streaking because of what Hector Neris did. He was awful, and he doesn't have his confidence, and he's not there, and he's not pitching well. The location is disturbing to see. I don't get it. I don't get how he went from where he was last year to what he's doing now. His confidence is so shot, and this Phillies team, they're going to need last year's version of Hector Neris. They don't have plenty of other options to go in there and knock out some pitches when needed. You are going to need Hector Neris, whether he's going to be the guy to go in and get the save, whether he's going to be the closer or not. You still need to be able to utilize him in later innings, and I just don't know how you can possibly put him into those scenarios at the moment. You are screwed. You are playing with fire if you continue to throw Hector Neris out there, but you are going to need him. So he's going to have to get out of this funk. I saw a really good version of him last year. Now remember, there was a time in his career where he got sent down to the minors because it wasn't pretty, but last year he did a really good job for his role. And I think that he's going to need to get back to that spot because this Phillies bullpen is going to need to use him late in games. When it was 4-2, and I know I'm flipping around a little bit. It was 4-2, 6th inning. This is remarkable by the Phillies offense. 7th inning was the awesome display by Roman Quinn. And there's no doubt about it that speed is game-changing. What he does on the base paths, it's incredible. The speed, it's a threat. It makes people worried. It forces people in the field to rush, to know they need to make the play, to get the ball out quick. And what he did to get to home plate, it was awesome. Not only that, for what he did to get to third base was truly remarkable. The home play at the plate, that was the cherry on top. That's the whipped cream on the sundae. That's the whipped cream on the banana split. And it was, I was screaming. Oh, yeah, something just like that. That's what I was doing, I think. I don't really know. But I was juiced up. So that happened in the 7th. In the 8th, Alec Boehm gets an RBI. Now, it wasn't the prettiest game out of Alec Boehm, but he knows what he's doing at the plate. There's plenty of prospects that get caught up, and they're supposed to be awesome hitters, and they struggle a bit. And that's fair. That's fine. That's the nature of the beast when you go from minor league baseball to stepping into the MLB and seeing a different type of beast out there on the bump. This guy is chill as hell. This guy is a great hitter. His swing is beautiful. Seriously, everything about his swing, his approach, it is such a professional at-bat. It is a beautiful swing. The way he follows through, the way that he makes contact with the ball, it's truly an awesome watch. And he knocks in another RBI. So in the 8th inning, they continue to produce. And then Gene Segura in the 9th produces. So as soon as the Nationals make the score 4-2, it was 4-1. They made it 4-2, so they chopped into the lead a bit. 7th, 8th, 9th inning. Phillies. Good. Attack. Attack the zone. Swing. Be aggressive. Knock in the runs. Take advantage. It wasn't as if I mentioned the Phillies defense, which I can totally rip apart and destroy because I think that they were sloppy. Scott Kingery, Rhys Hoskins, let's go. Let's pick it up a bit, fellas. Come on now, let's focus. That's a mental error. That means you are not properly engaged. But the Nationals, the wild pitches, they weren't so pretty either. Which team was the ugliest in the field? It was one of those days. Which team wasn't paying attention the most mentally? Who wasn't mentally prepared enough? It was almost one of those battles when it comes to the defensive game. It's pretty funny to watch. Segura, 3 hits. He's starting. Look, these guys that we ripped apart early on, they're definitely starting to get their mojo. Rhys Hoskins is starting to get back on track. Now, to what level, we don't know. It's probably not going to be what he came onto the scene with, but it might not need to be to that extreme. Let's get something out of him. He's continuing to walk. If you're one of those people that are thrilled with Rhys Hoskins and his walks in the 2-hole, Andrew McCutchen is obviously waking up. Gene Segura is obviously waking up. Alec Boehm has been a really nice surprise. Guys are waking up. Now, while JT Realmuto continues to be an X factor in that cleanup spot, Bryce Harper's been a bit on the colder side since that day off that the Phillies management, specifically Joe Girardi, of course, gave him against it was after the Toronto Blue Jays series, after that doubleheader where things got real ugly. It was the first game against the Braves. He did get a hit in this game, but he cooled down a bit. Now, to be fair, it's not realistic to keep up the pace that he was at all season long, right? So I'm not being so ridiculous, but something to keep an eye on. Hey, Bryce, you cooled down a bit. But that's okay. When your team gets 12 hits and when your lineup's doing its thing, that's awesome. When you take a look down the lineup, take a look down the batting order. Hit. Everyone produced when it comes to the offense. Support for Sports Talk with Broads is brought to you by Manscaped, who is best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. The Lawnmower 3.0 has a ceramic blade which makes sure that you don't cut yourself because of the advanced skin-safe technology. There's LED lights so you don't miss any parts. You can utilize this in the shower. There's nothing better than being perfectly groom downstairs. Perfectly groom yourself downstairs. It's the greatest thing in the world. Now, I'm not saying physically downstairs in your home. I'm saying below the belt, of course. The LED light, as I mentioned, the 7,000 RPM motor, which is an upgrade due to their quiet stroke technology. If you are listening to me speak right now about the Lawnmower 3.0, I want you to experience this. Seriously, game changing. I can get you 20% off and free shipping with the code BROD at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code BROD. I can't wait to see how this team responds. The Mets clearly helping the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, the Marlins did some damage, and I can't believe the Marlins record is what it is right now with this wonky win percentage and the shortened season. You knew this was going to happen, though, right? We talked about it. There will be teams that are not really good, and due to the fact that there's not 162 games, there's not enough time for them to fall off. So they're going to make the playoffs. And then we all mentioned, well, hold on a second. Maybe that's the Phillies because over the last couple years, it's been the fall off August, late summer. That's been the problem. If they get off to a hot start, well, then maybe they find a way to squeak into the playoffs, even if they're not a real, legit playoff team. Well, I mean, come on. Look at where they are at the moment. They're, 11-14 after 25 games? It couldn't have been a worse scenario for this team. I guess it could have been a little worse. 6 wins, 7 wins, that type of nature. But come on now. It's not pretty. It's not what we wanted, and we expected better. But when your bullpen is this horrendous, arguably the worst bullpen in MLB history that my eyeballs have ever seen, well, what are you supposed to do? I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm convincing myself until probably tomorrow when I see this team play and something terrible happens with the bullpen. But I'm convincing myself that, hey, maybe they found something here with a couple acquisitions and Tommy Hunter stepping in and Adam Morgan getting a big out. Maybe them seeing each other, have each other's backs is a big part of growing as a bullpen, as a unit. Once again, very optimistic in me sucking myself down a road that I know I don't want to go down, but here I am. There's a possibility tomorrow I'm screaming, I'm biting my fist, I'm throwing my hat, I'm screaming into the pillow, you name it, because the bullpen blows a great Aaron Nola performance. But speaking of Aaron Nola, this is going to be big. This is going to be huge. He's coming off of a really bad outing, one of his worst outings. And you need to win games when Aaron Nola's on the mound. You have to. You need to win when Nola, when Wheeler are on the bump. It's going to be a tough matchup. And I want to see him go out there and compete. I want to see the competitive fire. I want to see the give me the damn ball mentality. I need to prove myself mentality. I need to have a dominating performance mentality. That's what I need to see out of Aaron Nola. He's had some nasty changeups. He's been utilizing his off-speed pitches very well, along with the fastball. But let me see it, Nola. Let me see it. I said when it happened that he's had great outings prior to that, so stinkers will happen, okay? As much as I know that you need to win when Nola and Wheeler are on the mound, there's going to be stinkers, and that's just called being a human. Now it's about how do you react to that? How do you react to the adversity? How do you step on that mound for your next start? What do you do from there? Do you go back to what you did previously where you were striking out 9, striking out 10, striking out 11 in one game, and I'm going, oh, baby, oh! Are you going to do that? I hope so. Can you get Juan Soto out a couple times? Juan Soto going hitless. I can't stand that stupid thing he does at the plate. Now, I appreciate all greatness. I'm a beauty of sportsman. I love just watching natural, raw talent, no matter what team they're on. That's why Sidney Crosby's one of my favorite players ever. I don't give a damn he's on the Penguins. He's beautiful to watch. He does the game the right way. He plays it the right way. And the little things that he does, poetry. So Juan Soto, I appreciate what he can do. Same with Ronald Acuna Jr. They're both young studs in this league. But what is this grabbing of the crotch, sticking the tongue out? In what universe? I think that is stupid as hell. I can get behind the bat flips. Let's make baseball fun. Let the players play. I don't know what that is, though. I want baseball players to have more personality. I can live without the whole Juan Soto approach at the plate. Doing whatever he does with his feet, the crotch, the tongue. Who taught him to do that? Who said? Do you think he was 7, 8, 9 years old in Little League doing that to the opposing pitcher? And nobody said anything? Oh, yeah, Juan, keep doing your thing. I mean, really. Really. Let's see how they do it. Let's see how they do it tomorrow. It's not going to be an easy task. You're going to have to go up against a pitcher who is very effective in this league. And I want to see if this offense can continue to stay hot. And I want to see how this bullpen responds as well. Snowball effect is in play. You had to use a lot of bullpen arms. Blake Parker went in late. You had to really grind through the bullpen because of the rain delay. Sadly, that was the hand that you were dealt. Let's hope Nola can go 7, 8 innings where you don't really need to go so deep. All right? Fun game, though, no doubt. Besides the rain delay, fun game, entertaining game, watching the guys run the bases, and it wasn't all long ball. That's one thing to note. You did have the JT Realmuto long ball, which was huge to break the scoring open and give them the 4-1 lead, to give them some boost. But you saw some RBIs, standard RBIs, a little bit of small ball, Gene Segura. You just saw a little bit of everything, versatility when it comes to scoring runs, and you're going to have to do that. In this game with this team, it can't just be the long ball. It does seem like that's how 2020 works. It does seem like this team does benefit off of Jay Bruce homers, Didi homers, Bryce homers, JT homers, 2 Rhys Hoskins homers at this point. But it's nice to see another way to get the job done. Lately, you've seen a sense of urgency on the bases, being aggressive. Good. Keep that up. They are really aggressive on the bases, and I'm all for it. Be overly aggressive. Make the team think. Make them wonder about you when you're on those bases. Because that starts messing with them when a ground ball comes. If you're moving, if you're on the run, while here comes a ground ball, just seeing maybe Roman Quinn on the side of their eyes, right? While it's a hit and run, now what's happening? The speed, bad throw. Well, Roman Quinn gets the third. I'm just throwing out a random hypothetical that probably can happen. 8-3 victory. 8-3 victory. Fire me up. Let's go. Thank you all so much for listening. And we'll see you next time.